Hey Joe, it's Scott. Just shooting this quick video for you to kind of show you what I do for potential clients as well, on top of people I'm talking to in BNI. But yeah, this kind of goes over how do you bring in more business using your website and Google Business Profiles. Usually ask for feedback about the video, and then I hope that these strategies are helpful and educational for you too. So here's your website right here. I have gone through it quite a bit, and just FYI, oh, of course, now it works. I didn't have a book now availability earlier, but anyway, um, looking at your website, one thing that I would really recommend for you is to have more content. The reason I say that is because Google loves to see content on their homepage. They want to see 1,500 to 2,000 words throughout your homepage. And throughout that content, you want to be found for buyer intent keywords that usually are a service and also a location that people would be searching for in Google searches. So, like life coach in Utah or, something like that. That's kind of the smallest research I've gone into so far, but that's, something that would be in a Google search. And then the other thing you could do is if you save the alternate text correctly, it does say Joe Rango Life Coaches, so it looks like whoever made this did do the alternate text correctly, so that's awesome. But that counts as content as well because it's embedded behind your photo. And so I did go ahead and put your website into a tool I use called Ahrefs. This will give me your analytics and let me know where you're standing with Google. The DR and the UR is the strength and trust that Google has for your website. These are on a scale of 100, and you want those balanced and continuously moving up. You're currently at 0.3 strength and 6 trust, and that's due to your backlinks and referring domains. And a backlink is when one website links to another website via clickable button or text. But not all backlinks are created equal, so you want to avoid spammy ones and go after the authoritative ones, and you do that by staying relevant to your industry and also your location. And then it looks like you're being indexed for 4 keywords and getting roughly 10 people to your website each month. This is a third-party scale, so that, it could be off a little bit, but at the same time, it kind of goes over that your website's acting like a digital business card as opposed to an online lead generating tool that could produce an ROI. And then looking at some of the keywords, Joe Rangle, which is great. That's where you're getting all of your traffic, which is good, but it's not necessarily a buyer intent keyword. But for your own name, you're in position 3 and you're getting 11 people to your website out of 90 each month. And just as a quick percentage, it's about 12 to 15% right there. So pretty much you're getting it all from that particular keyword. But as for Utah Life Coach, there's 200 searches a month. You're in the 42nd position, which means you're on the 5th page of Google, and you're getting 0 traffic to your website. Same with Life Coach Utah, 250 searches, 44th position, 0 traffic. We would go over a few more things a little bit later to figure out more services. But for 450 searches, you're missing out on quite a bit of people going to your website. So looking at your, a Google search for Utah Life Coach here, you usually get your Google guaranteed and local ads right up top, which is great to generate business quickly if that's something you're looking for. But being in the Google Business Profile is where you want to be. And you can get there by constantly be adding reviews. You can make sure that your business name, address, and phone number are the exact same all across the internet so you don't mislead Google. And then making sure that you post branded and geotagged photos weekly is really helpful because it shows Google that you're growing your business organically. And then adding citations, which is your business name, address, and phone number into things like Yellow Pages and Yelp is beneficial because Google is a big popularity contest. And by giving out your information to as many people as possible, Google will start to trust you more. And that's not only in your local area, but in your surrounding areas as well. It looks like there's Salt Lake. Okay. And then being up in the Google Business Profile will generate about 30 to 40% of the online traffic because people will click right here on the top instead of even scrolling down to the organic lists. Speaking of, this is the organic list right here. And when I said you're on the 4th page of Google, you would come down and hit next a few times or hit, I guess you were on the 5th, or hit, down here on the 5. And that's where you would show up on your website. I don't know the last time you looked up a Google search and went down and hit next, but if you're not on the first page, you're missing out on a lot of the traffic. So it looks like Numi is one of your top competitors for life coaches in Utah. This is a back page of the Numi site, so it's something that would be easily outranked, and I'll show you why. But going to their website, they have a lot of, well, this is more an advertising page than anything. So, but looking at their site, you need to have more content than this particular page. And on the content, you want to have those buyer intent keywords and the authoritative backlinks and citations. So once you have those, you can start to outrank your competitors. And just to show you theirs, sorry, I forgot to switch this back. They have a really good strength because of their overall website, but their back page is really weak. I mean, it's not too much higher than yours, and they only have 2 backlinks. And so looking at some of their keywords, I mean, they are, number 1 for 200 searches. Actually, they're in number 2 position. I don't know why that says that. It's probably just not up to date. But they're getting 30 people to their website each and every month off of that 30 people. And then for the Utah Life Coaches 250, they're in the 3rd position and they're getting 24. So if you're in the 1st position, you could be getting like 70, 80 people just off those 2 keywords to your website each and every month. And so just to kind of look, I mean, we could look and talk more about other searches that would be involved, but I mean, there's about 500 searches just between these top ones right here on Utah Life Coaches. And so if those are on your website, a percentage of the total the total volume would go to your website instead of your competitors. And then a percentage of the people going to your website will give you a call. And then depending on your closing rate, and I don't know if you would even call it that for you, but if they do sign up or not, then they'll turn into a customer for you. So Joe, I'll talk to you tomorrow about all this. I hope you have a good night, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.